Today we are giving my art studio a much needed upgrade. For the most part, I really love my studio. I love the way that it's organized. It's really come a long way in the last year, but there is one area that has driven me crazy. I have this IKEA shelf, which works, and I actually I don't know if I'd say strongly, highly might be a better word. I would highly recommend this if you are looking for an inexpensive type of shelving system. These shelves from IKEA are great, and because you can adjust where they go, you can make it very easy to hold canvases or whatever you need. So for art supplies, I really do like these. However, it just doesn't look good in here anymore. It worked in my old studio, the way that it's just kind of sitting, it's not cute anymore. So while everything else in my art studio is pretty well organized, kinda, I mean, okay, it's kind of a mess in here right now. Let's be honest, I'm gonna fix that after we put this together. I needed, again, my definition of need, probably not the same as a normal person, I needed something to organize this. So I finally picked something out that has doors. The big deal there is if it gets really sloppy inside, I can just close those cabinet doors and pretend it's not messy. So at least if someone comes into the studio, it has a nice clean feel, and I create the illusion of being more organized than I am. So I'm gonna try to put this together by myself, which is going to be a challenge because it's big, like taller than me. I mean, that's not saying much, but it's gonna be a challenge. Right now, the boxes, I was able to drag them from the porch into the entry hallway, so we're gonna now try to get them into the studio. I don't know how well this is going to work, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna place a bet on how bad my nails are going to look when we're done with this. Chances are pretty high. Look, Valentine's Day nails. They have little hearts. I don't get out much. This excites me. I will stall on almost every project because my lazy factor is so high. If I just keep standing here and randomly throwing out words at the camera, I don't have to get up and do the heavy lifting. It's working well so far. Maybe I'll get coffee first. Oh God. This is not working. Okay, these slippers are too slippery. I'm not getting far. Gibson, I don't think you can help. Should we tie this to you and have you pull it like a horse? Oh, this is better. Someone should call OSHA because I'm pretty sure I'm violating all work-related practices, safe practices, whatever. Oh, the carpet. That's not good. Go back. Okay, box one is in the studio. Now for the second box. It's smaller, but heavier. Yay. It's dark in here. It's night. We just finished the live stream. I have swapped out my coffee for wine. I might have filled it too full. I'm like, oh, I'll just dump the rest of the bottle. It's not that might be a bit much. I don't know if I'm finishing that. Anyway, now we will get back to work on finishing this guy up. Here is everything that I pulled off that shelving system. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. And I'm just gonna deal with this the next day. For now, I need to go get this shelf, or the shelf that was in here, that one right there, needs to go into, I call it my canvas closet. So here we are. This was a portion of the house that you could upgrade, I'm making air quotes, to a tiny little bathroom. And I decided I would way rather have canvas closets. So that is what this is. But as you can see, I've got a lot of space that's kind of up high that doesn't make sense. Tons of canvas just stacked on the floor. This is one of those areas I never really organized or finished after we moved in. It's just all shoved in here. And not being able to open the door, like I had to move quite a few things out of the way just to get the door open enough for this video. Just so much stuff on the floor. So my goal is to get the shelf that was in the studio in here and then everything organized. There was Wade supervising. This is once I pulled everything out of the closet. Lights, they're helpful. Pulled everything out of the closet where the shelves need to go. There's a lot there too. I was actually a bit concerned that would even fit on the shelves. It did. I was pretty excited about that. So there is the other mess that I have to organize now. This one and what I left in the studio. We'll come back to that once it's all in. Before I share the studio in its current state, here is the before I started all this. That box on the floor are Patreon postcards I need to get out to some of you guys. See, I have been working on them. So you can see, kind of a big mess. My plants, this portion didn't change, but it gives you a better feel, I guess, of what is in the studio. That view's much prettier in the spring when things are actually green outside. My plants, quite a few of those need to fill in. Some of them are little babies. And then the shelf system of, this drives me crazy because it just all, no matter how well organized I got it, it would always look like a mess. I mean, okay, it's not super well organized here, but even when it was, it didn't even look that much different than what you're seeing right here. So this was what inspired this current upgrade to the studio. I moved those roses somewhere as I was working on this. I have no idea where they ended up. I need to find those. Now here is the studio after everything is organized. The frog tanks look overly exposed. They always do in video. That's actually very pretty when you're in the studio. It doesn't look so good on film though. And again, the plant section, as you can see, nothing changed here. I don't know why I'm making you guys sit through this again. It's the same. I didn't even water it since the last time I filmed. There we go. Come on, move it along. More of the pretty plants, which are going to be really pretty because some of those orchids will be in bloom soon. And now the beautiful cabinet. It just looks so much cleaner when you walk in the studio now. It's definitely a huge improvement, at least to me. It just feels clean. Stuck some more paintings on the wall right next to it. Got zombie snail there. Yay! On the side of the old cabinets, they were much more narrow. So here I'm able to fit all of the paper that was on the floor inside the cabinets, which is just going to make mopping in this room way easier. So here we are, we're backed out a little bit so you can see a little bit more clearly the mural on the wall and the giant easel. And this is where I spend half of my day. You know, into the cabinets. You see the doors are not even there. I figured out how to fix that. There is all the paper inside, my Harry Potter sticker. Even have some room for more paper. Throughout cleaning this too, cleaning out the canvas closet, I found so many of my large sheets of everything from Stonehenge, Cans and Me Tens, just tons of big paper that I had no idea. I didn't have a way to get to it before, so I forgot they were in there. So this is really nice because everything is going to be much, much easier for me to find now. Top drawer has some of the video equipment. Bottom drawer, I've got some paints. I've got my Liquitex soft body and some different fixatives. And what else was in there? I think varnish. So this cabinet I'm pretty excited about. It was surprisingly well made. Like I was impressed. A much bigger upgrade from IKEA. So let's go take a look at the organized canvas room. And Wade went on a toy binge. He pulled so many toys out of his toy box while I was organizing the studio. I guess he didn't like being locked out. He had a lot out the night before. He really pulled more out. There's Gibson, who is, as usual, standing in front of wherever I'm trying to walk. I think that's a Greyhound thing. And here is the canvas closet. We can actually open the door now, which is huge. That painting needs to go somewhere. Maybe I'll hang it on a wall somewhere, but that's the only thing I really have sitting kind of in the way. I have to move it out of the way to get to the boxes on the shelf below, but here we go. Most of the canvases are now on shelves. I still have a bunch of stuff up here I need to sort through. I've got a big light box that I don't really use anymore. I don't know if it's worth keeping. Some smart art boxes I need to make videos of. I'm behind. More canvases, and look at all the room now I have for more canvases. We talked about doing some giveaways from the live stream, so I need to order some watercolor canvas boards for that. I have room for those now, so pretty happy about how all of this turned out. This room doesn't have to look good. I just need to be able to open the door and get to things that I need. That's been an ongoing problem since I moved in. I was constantly kind of climbing over the boxes on the floor to try to find what I needed. So here is more what the studio feels like as I'm working. Typically I paint at night, so everything's just so pretty and peaceful in here. I'm really happy with how it's coming along. Do want some of these plants on this wall to fill out a bit more. I think that's going to look really cool when those keep growing in. There's also usually a couple of dog beds on the floor because Gibson and Wade are normally in there with me. There is Cletus's vivarium. He needs to be moved into the other one with Benedict, who I think needs to be renamed Casanova, and the other ones. There we go. There's one of them. They're so little and cute. But you can see here on the video, this is much more accurate to what I see in person. So the lighting is very different than when I try to film the whole room. Little frog there chirping away. That is who I'm probably going to start calling Casanova because he is calling those ladies constantly. Have you subscribed yet? If not, I have a handy button right there. It's round, has an orange arrow going towards it. If you click on that, that'll help you to keep up to date with all of my new art videos every single week. Also, don't forget to click the bell notification icon because YouTube does not notify people very often anymore when new content goes up.